He had a heart attack mid race.
The roof was gone. The walls were gone.
This woman in another car kind of chased the other car off that was trying to kidnap me and shit.
And this is when the acid started to really hit.
And my hair caught in it and it went.
Last year when I was working on Christmas Eve, I was closing with my brother and another one of my managers, and we live in like a nice like small town, and like so stuff like this never happens. In fact, this is the first for me. This was like 2 separate instances of like something just weird happening, and we had one woman come up to the like cash register. She was obviously like really high, and she was like just fucking tweaking really hard. She started crying too, because we checked out a Hispanic guy before she came up here. She was like crying her eyes out for some reason, and she started talking about how much she hates Hispanic people and was like saying they're like taking their, and I was like sitting there drinking a drink, and I just kept like taking sips to avoid talking to her because I figured if I just kept doing that she would leave me alone. It got to the point where my drink ran out, and then she said something really funny, and I had to turn around to keep from laughing. I was sitting there like drinking from an empty can, and me and my manager just kept like looking at each other. And then she went over to buy cigarettes for my brother, and she was like, "Oh, I see you looking at me." She started making like finger guns. She was like, "Bah, bah, bah, I'll shoot you." And we all looked at him, and we were like, what? And then skip to later that night, we were about to close. It was up like an hour before closing, and we hear just like someone burn out from the parking lot, and we hear like them yelling, and we hear like 4 gunshots go off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and we didn't even do anything. We were like, it's too fucking late for this. I want to go home and do Christmas stuff.
Well, there was one time that I was almost kidnapped. How about that, bro? I was walking back from my middle school, and like this car started following me, and basically like this woman in another car kind of chased the other car off that was trying to kidnap me and shit. The woman pulled me into a parking lot and basically asked me like what my mom's phone number is and shit. That shit was fucking wild, dude, because I was kind of unaware of the situation, and I'm just pretty thankful that I'm alive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am so glad you're safe.
Yeah, me too. But it's kind of crazy, like, that I could tell that situation to people and it, like, not be a big deal because I survived and shit, you know?
Yeah, it's very realistic that you could have not.
Yeah, exactly.
To think that a stranger was the reason that you got out of that.
Oh yeah, exactly. And like, she even had her like kid that was somewhat my age too, so it was pretty surreal.
When I was a kid, I got a leaf blower stuck on my head. It sounds crazy, but there is picture proof. And oh my god, is this gonna be uploaded? I feel so cool. I'm sorry. Moving on. I was trying to do yard work with my family, and I was like, I don't know, like 8, and I had really, really long hair, kind of like this, and I didn't put it up, and I was having the leaf blower, and I kept raising it because I wasn't getting the right angle, and my hair caught in it, and it went and ate it all the way at the top.
Oh.
I like started screaming, and my dad put his hand like under the leaf blower and on my scalp, and I was bleeding from my scalp. I got ran to the emergency room. Then I sat in a room, and people didn't believe me. They were trying to say we either buzz off all my hair or disassemble it. And we were trying to get the custodian guy to like disassemble it because I don't want to go bald. And he didn't believe it. They thought that they were messing with him. So I was in there for like an hour. And then he finally came, disassembled it. I was all fine, except I had like a big bald spot on my head.
Oh.
And then I wasn't allowed to do yard work anymore.
Aw, damn.
You know what? It was for the plot. It was for the plot.
And I had one of those like old Kindles and like a pink case and everything. And I was playing one of those games where you had to like take care of the cat. I guess I was like so locked in or something. I missed the top step, fell forward, broke my front tooth on the screen, and there's still a dent in it to this day. And I had to have that part of my tooth like glued back on.
I remember last time I took acid. I was in a call with, and she was streaming her Instagram feed, and there was this one just really Brainrot post, and this is when the acid started to really hit. I was freaking out. There was so much happening on this one reel. I'm like, I have to go. I have to go. I'm going to die if I keep watching. It was a 4th of July when I was like 7. My mom and her friends were like lighting fireworks off on this bridge, and we were kind of close, so we had an umbrella, right? One of the fireworks, it was a mortar tube, it falls over, it comes flying at us, so I put the umbrella out and it fucking just deflects off of it. There was also the time with another mortar tube in West Virginia during the 4th of July. Again, we set it up and one of the mortars didn't go off. We waited like 5-6 minutes while we walk up there. When we're like halfway there, then goes off in the fucking tube.
That's terrifying.
Going back down to my island in the Caribbean on my birthday, that was probably the best moment
in my entire life.
Are you from there originally?
Yes, I'm currently now in Canada. I moved out because of a Category 4 or 3 hurricane.
Wow. Was the place that you lived still intact when you went back?
No, the roof was gone, the walls were gone. Staying there wasn't the best option.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you're talking about like your childhood home, like where you grew up?
I was young, so I don't remember most of it, but it is still engraved in my head because I was like 10 when it happened. I have a better life here, and I'm grateful for being alive and having my parents move me out of there. I'm just grateful for having a living place.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Go interview those freaks. Find out what happened in that three-way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got caught doing it in my car. Yeah, it was in a church parking lot. I was doing it for the sake of the Lord. But it wasn't like a cop. I was 17 at the time. It was probably like some 22, 23-year-olds who were all fucking drunk. And then they pulled up next to my car, and then they knocked on the fucking desk. They saw what I was doing. I fucking rolled down the window because I didn't give a fuck, to be honest. Dude legit asked for a fucking fist bump. Gave him fist bump, rolled out the window, and kept going. That's legit. Like, homie was like, get it, bro.
Good shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got caught in the same situation as you.
You were?
Same fucking thing. Me and my ex were doing it, and
wait, what's your name?
No, you're not my ex. You are not my ex. I know this person.
You're not my ex either, so you're good.
At work the other day, I got bit by this lady's dog because I work at an animal shelter in the vaccine clinic part of it. And this lady's dog bit me, and then she was blaming me and saying that I cost her 30 grand because she was supposed to go board her dogs and then go on a trip to Europe. Her dog bit me and then drew blood. And by state law, we cannot vaccinate her dog if it draws blood.
That's an L for her, honestly.
I know, right? I thought it was really funny. I still have a pretty nice bruise on my hand.
Ooh.
I got fired from Amazon, and they told me that it was a mistake straight to my face, even though I was already terminated. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, I was a warehouse picker, and then I got moved to C-Rets, so I started working in customer like returns type shit. And then they gave me like negative 36 hours for no reason, as in like I had missed like a whole day and a half. I worked it off, and I worked more hours than I probably should have. And then I had like, what is it, like negative like 4 hours left until like I was clear. And I'd already been talking to the managers like, hey, yo, like fix this. Look at the cameras. Like I can't leave. I literally don't have a way home. So there's no way I wasn't here for these days because I was here. And it says I was here, but you're telling me I left, which is impossible. I talked to my managers. They were like, and I'm like, yo, talk to whoever you can, talk to whatever higher up you can. This is false. I want you to check the cameras. This isn't correct. And then literally, as I was getting, I got fired, right? And the guy came up to talk to me about it. And, I'm like, bro, this literally can't be. I was here. Even he straight up said, we made a mistake. Straight to my face. Straight to my face. After I was already terminated.
Wow.
He was like, I'm sorry, bro. We made a mistake. And I was like, no shit.
I'm the reason I have to wear glasses because whenever I was little, I saw little kids having glasses and I thought they were cool. And I wanted to be quirky like that, I guess. So I told my parents and everyone that I couldn't see the board at school, lied to the eye doctor, and I've been wearing glasses ever since. Like I have to wear them like 24/7 because I can't see without them. I was a stupid ass little kid.
I mean, my channel is pretty mid.
I know how to make it more successful.
Titties in the thumbnails?
You get like the Hell's Kitchen like noise where it's like,
Someone talks about the death of their entire family and there's just a Vine boom sound effect.
That would be funny, just yeah. And then I got out of the car and my husband was dead. Like an Indian telenovela. He knows what I'm talking about. You gotta do those.
Oh my gosh. There's like 16 different Premiere Pro presets.
Yeah.
I'm 22 now, but in my high school years, I was a mountain biker, mountain biking racing. That was my high school sport. And we had a team and we had about 5 or 6 of us and we would race sort of like on our own. The problem was my state isn't like one of those, if you were Colorado or like Utah or something. No, we're in fucking New Jersey. Who the fuck thought that was gonna work? And it did. It was an incredible league. It was the first year. Apparently, the principal was like super into mountain biking already. He was like, we're starting a team. I don't care. And I was like, let me try it. It sounds cool. And it was the best 4 years of my life. And it was the first time I was ever really athletic. Just meeting all these like great people. The type of sportsmanship with mountain biking is like unreal. Nobody's competitive. Everyone's racing for themselves. And at the end of the day, it's the most sportsmanship thing I've ever seen in my life. So it's definitely cool because you get to just, for a whole hour, just exist in nature. And I've never felt anything more. refereeing.
Have you ever had any like dangerous moments?
Oh, without a doubt. So I would say there was I would say two. At one moment, I had a very big scare. I was mid race, and my bike is like aluminum frame, it's solid, but the actual chain popped. Now nobody else was around, and that was scary because not only did it pop, but it popped as I was going down. So I also landed on my leg. It was like right on the top of the Femboy tube. So like I flipped kind of like almost on my side, and most of my leg was kind of like, you know, just bruised, and like I couldn't move that much. I was there for like a solid 10 minutes until someone on the loop came around. They helped me up. It was good. They got somebody to come around, but I would try getting up at the first 5 minutes and I could not. But something that was even more scary was one time, one of like they're not like referees, but they're like adults who would ride behind us to kind of just keep a track where everybody is. Because I mean, it's like multiple miles of track, just dropped in the middle of it. He had a heart attack mid race.
Oh my gosh.
And let me tell you, all of us stopped. Our race was not important. We, of course, went right to him. Luckily, he ended up being okay. Turns out he just had a long history. He just had a big history of heart problems in his family. He was a very active person, kind of like, what was that weight loss guy, Bob Harper, who had a heart attack, but he was like the most healthy fucking person you could possibly be. Yeah, he was too.
Just bad RNG.
Yeah, it happens. Genetic RNG, dude.
Jesus did not enjoy that.
No.
In middle school, I broke my pinky because this kid got mad at me and he threw a 4-square ball at me. So I tried to catch it and I bent my pinky backwards and I didn't tell anyone he broke my pinky because I felt bad because I didn't want him to get in trouble. After 2 months it healed, and then I was back like in recess and stuff, and you know how you like line up in those lines before you go back inside like school, and you're not supposed to run to those lines, you're supposed to walk like and then like not run over people. Well, the same kid who broke my pinky, he was running and he ran into me and I fell forward, tried to catch myself and slid my wrist out of place. I almost had to get screws in my wrist, and I once again didn't tell anyone.
So, in other words, school wasn't a very pleasant experience for you physically.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'm in welding, and one time in my welding class, we burnt down like a bunch of like welding rods, and it was just like into this pipe. We were just like burning them into this pipe, just melting metal. So one of my buddies in my welding class was doing that. The rod got stuck and it wasn't melting anymore, and the whole rod turned red hot and was like on fire like a molten stick of metal, and it was sparking everywhere and everyone started freaking out. A piece of it went down one of his shoes and he started dancing around everywhere trying to get it to stop.
Oh.
It was bad, but it was fucking hilarious.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. It was just like a little spark that went in his shoe. It like burnt through his pants and went down the side of his shoe.
Join my group.
Don't flirt with me, I fuck good?
Yeah.
I don't think that's really a smart branding move, I'm gonna be honest.
I have a lot of members, so that can't be true.
Yeah, so does the Republican Party.
Damn. Oh my god.
Damn.
That hurt my feelings. Holy shit, dude.